Hello, I believe I'm live and so good to see you. And I hope you'll be joining me soon. I'm so excited for today's story. But before that, I want to know for any of you who happen to watch my story, the episode 3. Hello. And I can hear me. I believe I'm live. And so good to see you. Okay. So I gotta mute myself. But I would still like to see if you are here watching me, and do like or leave me your comments in the episode 3 if you enjoyed the story, if you loved what happened to Bernie and how things changed for him. And if you've been liking the stories that I'm sharing with you, do leave me a comment. It would be kind of an encouragement and inspiration for me too to add more stories to this wonderful theme and the series called Marshmallows, Presents, Stars, and Christmas Stories with Nirali Shah. And so I'm excited for today's story. The story is about a man, and the story we are going to be hearing in his own words. So this is how it goes. This man, he was out for a walk with his friend one afternoon. So while I was on a walk, suddenly an old man in tattered clothes approached us with a bag of green vegetables in his hand. The sales of those vegetables on that day were very poor. We could see that from his basket. The leaves seemed dehydrated and yellowish, and there were holes in them as if bitten by insects. But my friend bought 3 bags without saying a word. The old man also embarrassedly explained, "You see, I grew these vegetables myself, but it rained a while ago, and the vegetables were soaked. They look ugly. I'm really sorry for that." After the old man left, I surprisingly asked my friend, "Will you really cook these when you go home?" He didn't want to say no to me, and so he replied, "These vegetables can no longer be eaten." "Then why did you take the trouble of buying them?" I asked. He replied, "Because it's impossible for anyone to buy those vegetables. If I don't buy it, the old man will probably have no income for today." Also, his behavior and his vibrations were nowhere coming from being the victim, even though the circumstances and the situations might have been unfavorable for him. This old man, despite being poor, he is not using his age or sickness or his poverty as a means to sell his vegetables. He worked, and he is hoping to respectfully make his living out of it. We normally like to support the needy, but here my friend was talking something very different. We are usually in the practice of helping people who look sad or who are incapable, and that's a good thing too. But many times, the real winners, the real strong people, or the real people who truly can actually make the great out of your support would be the ones who are willing to help themselves. And that is what this friend was talking about. And this kind of struck this man. I admired my friend's insightfulness and concern. So I caught up with the old man and bought some more vegetables from him. The old man's eyes sparkled in hope, in encouragement, in happiness, and he said, I tried to sell them the whole day, but no one was ready to buy them. I'm so happy that you both were willing to buy from me. Thank you so much. These were the words coming from true gratitude. He was really going to make something great from this money. He was really going to feel encouraged and appreciated from this gesture of kindness. And he truly valued this support. You see, many times we try to support people who don't even require support, or who are rejecting our support. That happens with me all the time, because I feel that somebody requires help, because I know that somebody is in need of help. Well, I just jump into helping the person. But slowly and gradually, I realized that true support is given to those who are willing to help themselves, they're willing to be there for themselves. So, there are ways, the way universe works for us and the way it creates miracles for us. And oftentimes, through us, through you, the universe wishes to send a message to that struggling person, that universe is there for them because he is willing to be there for them. And that message, that they will always be looked after. A several handful of vegetables that can't be eaten filled the soul of this man with an unexplainable energy. He felt glad that his friend and he chose to hear the tap from the universe to show that old man that he is not alone, to help him believe that if he stood by himself, he will always be supported. This story also leaves me with another beautiful message, and that is, when we are on a low ebb, we all hope that the miracles occur for us, that things somehow show up for us. And it may, somewhere, sometime, you may have been helped by someone uh, with this kind of a tap from the universe. But if you are capable, if now you are in a place, would you be willing to be the one to create the miracle for others? This man says, I am glad that the universe tapped my shoulders to create this miracle. And that's where I would like to end today's story with this beautiful message. You know, two things. One is universe always is looking after for people who are willing to be there for them. And then universe is also tapping our shoulders if you are capable to help somebody to create. I would not use the word help because it feels like helping somebody in need who's a victim of the situation, where that's something that I would like to change and disappear from this world. I want people to stand up for themselves, to help themselves, to believe in themselves, and know that help is available. And if help shows up, they're willing to grab the hand of that support, that miracle. And the other thing is, universe is also tapping on the shoulders of people who are capable, constantly tapping, because that's the way it'll come. The help, the miracle will go to somebody, because universe is constantly inspiring capable people to act, to say, to speak, to express, to do something that could show the other person that universe is there for you, and that if you're willing to have your back, universe has your back. Always, universe has your back. So, we've been talking about kindness for a long, long time since I started with this series. Kindness is this too, one listening to the tap of the universe, and also anything that uplifts the other person with any means. That would be the true act of kindness. And also, do not forget that kindness begins from you. So, be kind to yourself, and then sure be the miracle for other person. And with that, I will see you tomorrow with another magical, miraculous, musical story with Nirali Shah on this series called Marshmallows, Presents, Stars, and Christmas Stories with Nirali Shah. So see you until then, and do leave your comments. Take care. Have a great night.